Hey, it's Kesha. I am back with another message. This one will likely be short and sweet. Another message that has come to me, and this one's on trust. So I'd say about a month ago, um, I was working at my desk and thinking through some of the problems that I'm working to solve and thinking about how I solve problems in general. And someone had asked me to put together a list of some things that I'd done or some ideas that I had for other projects coming up. And I found myself in that moment stuck on, I couldn't remember anything. And part of the reason is because I don't write things down when I've come up with an idea to solve a certain problem, because I trust that whatever problem I encounter, I'm going to have an answer. And I was thinking about that and I was like, well, where does that trust come from? Like, how is it that I know that? And it's not so much that it's within me. Well, I mean, it is, but it isn't. It's not that, um, well, I know me and I'm going to have the answer. It's not from a place of ego. It's from having encountered so many different issues and obstacles and seeing so many things and coming up with ideas that obviously aren't from me. They're, you know, uh, an idea drops into my head, so it comes from somewhere. Um, and then feeling comfortable enough to share it with somebody. And sometimes people act on it, sometimes they don't. That's how I started running my own business. I had ideas about how a business should and could be run, and I was bold enough to put my money and effort towards it and did that. But coming back to the question of like, how do I solve these problems? Um, yeah, I trust that if there's a problem, there's an answer. And I know we talked in the previous video about the law of correspondence. And yes, I have said many times that that is my favorite law. And I think I realize now it's because I have been practicing it even before I knew what that was. So yeah, when I'm confronted with a new issue or idea, it's like, yeah, I trust that there'll be something I can come up with that is going to solve it. It might not always be immediate, but I trust that it's coming. And I had an interesting thing happen this week where I was on a walk talking to a good friend of mine, and whatever reason, I mean, obviously, I was paying attention to our conversation, but there's another track in my mind that was going, and I came up with $1 million idea. Now, in the past, I've come up with these other ideas, and it's always been important that I write it down, and I will get the guidance that says, write this down, right? And so I'm practiced enough at hearing the guidance and following it so that I write it down. Well, this particular moment, like I said, I was talking to my friend. I was out for a walk. The idea came to me. I recognized it as $1 million idea. Kept on talking, kept on walking. Later that evening, realized I couldn't remember the idea. But what didn't happen in that mental exchange was the thought that said, write this down. And so then I was pissed at myself that, oh man, I had this really great idea and I can't remember what it was. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna put it out there. God, just remind me of what that was. I'd really like to know, and I will show greater fidelity to the discipline and write it down next time. A couple of days go by, all of a sudden, boom, the idea comes back to me. And I'm like, oh, there it is, my $1 million idea. Okay, yes, I'm gonna write it down now. And I did. But as I was writing it down, it occurred to me, I have a new strength now and a new sense of awareness. And that is, if I should forget something, I can simply ask to be reminded what it is and trust that it will come to me. Um, but again, we come back to this word of trust. And I was thinking earlier today about, where does that come from? And of course, I had a question, so there was my answer. And it was, be still and know, right? And I'm thinking, oh, right, Psalm 46, that's verse 10. No, it's verse 1. No, wait, it's verse 10. No, it's verse 1. No, it's verse 10. I'm pretty sure it's verse 10. Well, now that I'm not sure, because a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, I'm unsure now. Let me go look it up. Okay, it is Psalm 46. Verse 1 is, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in time and trouble. Verse 10, Be still and know that I am God. God is our strength God is our strength and help. Wait, what is it? I have it right here. Yeah, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in time of trouble. Our refuge, a place to go, strength, a well from which we can draw from. A time of trouble, just anytime there's a moment where we need something that's not at our fingertips. It doesn't have to be, big trouble. It could just be, hey, I need to remember this idea. A very present help. Present, like it is right here and available to you, and it is helpful. Yeah, so be still and know that I am God. Be still, get quiet, and know. To know is to trust. Think about all the things that you know and that you trust in. Be still and know, right? So when I come to the idea of what trust is, it's not so much that I trust myself. I do. But I trust myself because I've practiced at drawing on this greater strength. And I know that it's not just me and by my own efforts that these things get done and that I reach accomplishment. I am not the only one, and this is not available to just me. I'm sharing it with you. So something for you to think about, something for you to practice, to refine, to live and move and have your being in. Because we're never more sure of anything than we can trust. And we need to make sure that the thing that we trust in is real and true and from our highest and best perspective at all times. So that is my message. That is what I'm sharing with you today. And I look forward to hearing how this is working for you. And we'll meet up again the next time. Bye now.